it's vir die kole. And it feels like we're putting together as a nation in a way that we haven't for a while, which we all know is a really good thing. And I've got a feeling that in a few minutes from now, we're going to play you a song that you didn't know you needed if you were a South African, irrespective of what you've been going through. And doesn't even, those things matter. But I want to tell you this morning, and Maynard and I are going to chat about it now. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And we can support one another. We can stand together. And I think unity is something that we need more than ever before. I'm heading far out from where we are here in South Africa to connect with Maynard. Maynard, Creator, good to have you on breakfast. Good morning.
Good morning, Bradley, and good morning to all the listeners of Cape Pulpit.
So before we even get into things, where in the world are you?
I'm currently in Abu Dhabi,
Oh, yeah?
in the United Arab Emirates. Currently working as a teacher at an international school here.
Well, that would explain why you dressed so beautifully with a tie and everything.
Yeah, well, I wanted to wear my green and gold jersey this morning,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, due to professional attire, I couldn't.
Well, at least your heart was in the right place. So thanks for joining us this morning all the way from the other side of the planet. It's awesome. So let's chat to...
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, what a pleasure. There's this new song out, and I'm just going to jump right into it. The song is called Dance It Out. So it's got the word dance in it, so it's giving you an idea of what we're in for. Where did you come up with this song? Because in the heart of a songwriter, a song is birthed sometimes in the most unusual places. Tell us the story of Dance It Out.
Yeah, well, I have to say, most of us actually, Bradley,
Uh-huh.
go through phases. Some of us daily, some of us hourly, some of us weekly or monthly, where we just feel like giving up.
Yeah.
We don't even want to get out of the bed. We don't want to get in the car to drop off our kids. We don't want to go to work, and for whatever reasons that might be. So, and I came up with this idea as I was getting ready in the bathroom one morning before coming here to school,
Uh-huh.
and somehow the tune just got into my head. And I started writing the lyrics to the chorus, and from that the verses grew, and I worked alongside a very good friend of mine, also a brilliant musician. His name is Jean-Marc Meyer in Durbanville, Cape Town, and via voice notes we sent ideas around this melody, around this song, and glory to God, there was the birth of a song, and this is Dance It Out, and it carries the message of encouragement to people from diverse backgrounds all across South Africa. It's a song well, I sing it in 3 different languages: English, Afrikaans, Xhosa. I even brought in Arabic elements in there. You will hear when you listen to the Afrikaans part, there's an Afrikaans banjo sound as well. Before you go into the bridge, there's an Arabic kind of instrument use as well. So this song really speaks to every single South African who feels sometimes that they don't want to continue any longer. It's just a song of encouragement. It's a feel-good song. And hopefully that does that for the citizens of the country.
Yeah, and for someone like you who's living in the UAE, I mean, you could probably hear Afrikaans being spoken in many places. I know people myself who live in that part of the world. So whether you're here in South Africa, where I am, or out where you are, there are South Africans everywhere just trying to make it, trying to do something different, interesting, take care of their families. And no matter where you are in the world, the struggle is the same. That it might look different because you might be in a different country, but it's the kind of thing that pulls us all together. We're all human. We all have struggles. And as you and I are talking now, we're South Africans all over the place. So this is the song we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, well, I hope people feel the same sense of energy and excitement when they listen to it. Yes, it excites me whenever I play it or my friends play it. They send me voice notes of them listening to it. And yes, it was also happens to be the Rugby World Cup, as you mentioned before, Brad.
Yeah.
And hopefully that just brings us together as a nation. Being a cultural song, it is.
So let's still chat a little bit more about you, Maynard. I mean, you've been in South Africa where you've made good music, and then you've even taken your music to Europe. I mean, this isn't your first rodeo, as they say.
No, well, yes, I started singing at the age of 8 in church. My dad was the worship leader in church. I grew up in the Christian Reformed Soter Church in Parow,
Oh yeah.
in Victoria Street. And yeah, so I started singing in church at the age of 8. I think my first song was This Little Light of Mine. Um, I then also participated. My grandfather had a concert group, talent parade, that used to raise funds for the less fortunate. And then in school, I was always part of the school choir. And then in my standard 8 or grade 10 year, I had the opportunity to form part of the South African Youth Choir. After school, I went to study politics because I always had this urge in me
Mm.
to want to plow back into the community to serve our country in some form or shape. And yeah, so I formed part of the Stellenbosch University Jazz Band. And then after my studies, I wanted to further my studies into postgrad. And my parents informed me that unfortunately they didn't have the funds to fund me.
Mm.
So I had to find means to kind of obtain funds to fund myself.
Yeah.
And I thought, what talents did God give me? And I thought, well, He gave me a voice. I've been singing for so many years now, and I just sent videos to South African production companies. And by the glory of God, I was able to join a South African male vocal group to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
We traveled Spain, Sweden, and Finland in 2016. And then when I came back, I was a waiter first in Cape Town, Woodstock at Stardust Theatrical Dining.
Uh-huh.
I met people, and that's just when it happened when I got my first overseas contract on a passenger vessel. Italy, Montenegro, Greece, Croatia, as part of a South African production group. And yeah, I returned then after that. And that's when I started writing my own music. And ever since I just had the urge, and I still have it. And that's why I shared with the world.
Mm.
And that is that music without any language barriers, it speaks to us all. And it's a feeling. It's
Yeah.
not something that you need to understand. It's not something that you need to learn as such. It's something that you need to feel and share with others. And I thank God that I have the ability to do that.
And we're so grateful too. And we're a few moments away from being able to enjoy the song together here on 729 AM, whether you're listening to us on AM or you're streaming us on our website or even from our app. So once people hear the song, they're going to say, where can I get it? So help us out here, Maynard. Where can they get the song?
Yeah, well, Brad, it's available on all streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music. There's a music video as well. You can find it. Just type in "Dance It Out" and my artist name Maynard, Maynard. And you will find it on YouTube, as I said, all the other major streaming platforms. And I was informed the other day
Mm-hmm.
that it's also playing on CakeNet. What's the music channel? I can't remember the music channel, but CakeNet has a dedicated music channel
Yeah,
for
yeah.
music videos, and it's on there as well. So yeah, you can download it, you can like it, and that's how you can gain access to it.
So I'm sure many of you would have heard it possibly through those other streams, but you'll hear it here in a moment. So quickly tell us, while you're up there in the UAE and you're teaching, working hard, for you to be able to record music, are you finding, is there a studio? Are you connecting with producers there? Is that something you've been doing there? Or was the recording and that done here in South Africa at some point?
No, it was done in South Africa. We have a summer break each year for 2 months. So this past summer break, June, July, which was winter in South Africa,
Yes.
I came home, and within the time frame of 3-4 weeks, we did the recording of it as well as the music video. So yeah, I predominantly work with Jean-Marc Meyer. He's a producer. His company's name is Minilit. Very talented guy. And yes, so we work together. So every time I come back to South Africa, we work on a project. I plan to come back in December again, and hopefully permanently back in South Africa
Okay.
this time. And yes, we'll then work on more music to come. So yeah, that's the forecasts for now.
Fantastic. Before we go, where can our listeners find you on social media?
Social media, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Just type in Maynard Artist. So Maynard Artist. And yes, please go like all my socials, because obviously with the help of the support of listeners, we are able to further these projects
Yeah.
such as this.
Okay, well, we want to get behind you, so we're going to make sure to support you as best we can. And one more thing before we go. So, when's your next class?
Well, we had a storm last night,
Oh,
can
yeah?
you believe it or not? So the roads were flooded and some trees broke down. So we have our students back home today,
Okay.
and us as teachers were required to come in. So we have distance learning today. So as we're currently speaking, I have a class, but I assigned an assignment for them. So they can just submit it whenever they're done with it.
Very clever. You didn't want to miss the opportunity to get on radio, and why not? So his name is Maynard. What a pleasure. Thanks for your time this morning, looking dashing with your tie on there, and all the best for
Thank
the
you,
rest of your
Brad.
school day, work day, while we get stuck into ours here in SA. I hope we can connect
Yeah,
soon. Please let us know when you're in SA. We'd love to have you in the studio.
will do. Thank you so much. And good luck to everyone at work today. And bokkeboe, ons hoop hulle wen.
Daar's hy, jy het dit al gesê. That's Maynard. Goed gaan. Thanks so much, and have yourself a really super weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Bye-bye. So there you have it. Can't wait to play the song. Are you ready? If you've never heard it, here it is. I told you it's a song you didn't know you needed.